I love Juicy Dreams podcast. Period. Period.
Is my sound right? Hey, it's Donnie, and you are now listening to the Juicy Dreams podcast. Oh my goodness. Listen, I've been so busy today. Um, I had to like put my bed together another day because the bed frame I had was just not the right one, and it just was a lot. So I've been like doing home improvement today. Um, I did have, a couple little other endeavors as far as like some banking shit and all of that I need to do and talk to these different people. So I got some calls scheduled, and I don't know. That's that adulting, and it's just like, what the hell? I don't know. I'm so not used to it, but I gotta get used to it. And once I am, it's nothing. Like we all know about going to work and paying bills, but then like when you get into these new things and you get into starting to acquire shit and have extra shit and businesses and taxes and investments, it gets to another realm. You know what I'm saying? And that's the realm where I'm trying to be at, because I don't want to have to be working forever, and I just want to do things that I enjoy. I've been working for a very long time, and that is 12 years. So, with 12 years of working, and I ain't got no pension or no retirement, I'm looking at, avenues and different ways where we can start to get that money, and it could be, what you call that? Residual, passive, both. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, all kinds. So, that's what I've been working on, and just trying to get back into, like I said, doing more consistent episodes, working on my music, working on my personal life. And yes, I still have some weird shit going on at my place of employment. I don't know what's going on, but I don't even really want to be talking about it on it. Sometimes when some shit go viral, you get fired from a viral video. So I don't even want to talk about it. But um, we got a lot of tea to talk about. It's so much shit that I had to break it down into episodes, because it's just like I don't want to mash it all into one, and then y'all don't get the tea because y'all didn't watch it. So I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna split it up. But I wanted to talk about Fetty Wap very quickly. Let me pull it up. My screen's always messed up. Let me fix it real fast. So Fetty is doing what Fetty is doing, and why my camera look different now? Is that? Oh, that's the wrong camera chair. Anyways, so Fetty Wap is doing music again, and I wanted to show a little bit of support to Fetty. So he got a song called "You Don't Know," and my cousin put me onto it. I was like, "Oh, Fetty back outside. I like this. This is this is cute. I like this song." Um, it's a lot. Like the nostalgia, the whole 1738, the Trap Queen, the My Way, the so many different things, that Fetty had put into the atmosphere, and then he spent such a long time away. So I think that's kind of what it is. It's like, I didn't really forget about him because he was one of my favorites, but I think a lot of people have kind of moved on from the whole Fetty Wap thing, and I just wanted to highlight that he put out some music, and it sounds good. It's actually like the third or fourth song that I've heard since he been home that was pretty good. And I don't know. I think I might be sleeping. I think he might have actually even put out a project. But another thing that he did was a collaboration with Jimmy Johns. I thought that was different. That's new. That's not something that I seen coming. Um, Jimmy Johns of all places. I mean, it's cool though. It's good. Get that money, and I feel like he's a real chill guy. He's always been a real chill guy, but he's definitely a real chill guy now. Ever since he got home, so I think he deserves his brand deals. I think that he's on some chill, respectable somebody that you can sponsor, endorse, and do all that type of stuff with. I think he's done with the drama. I think he's done with jail, and I'm supporting him. I don't know how y'all feel about Fetty Wap. If y'all ever were fans, or if y'all have a favorite Fetty Wap song, but I think his new sound fits him. If that makes sense. I don't want him to sound like 2016. I want him to sound evolved, and I think he does. I think he sounds grown, more mature, in a different place than Trap Queen type shit. But I just wanted to highlight him. I love him. Period. Shout out to Fetty. Mwah. So Beyonce supposed to be coming. Whenever Beyonce is coming, it's a whole topic. It's a whole big deal, and it rightfully so. It should be. But the issue with this whole Beyonce rumor is that it's really just a rumor. It says a touring source claims that Beyonce's production team is gearing up for her next tour, the next chapter. She's rumored to be playing Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Wembley Stadium, and Cardiff's Principality Stadium. Everything is rumored and nothing is official. So I don't know, you guys. And if she does the next chapter as a tour, she gonna really irk. I'm sorry, I love Beyonce, but it's gonna irk me if the next chapter is a tour in between the third act. And you know what I'm talking about. Like if she goes on tour again and no new music come out. Come on, Beyonce, you burning us out. You get what I'm trying to say? Like you already coming back to back. But if you gonna come back to back, at least let it be something brand new. I don't think I could deal with another Renaissance Cowboy Carter tour. I'ma go. If she do it, I'ma go. But I just feel like, why are you? This better be Act 3. The next chapter better be Act 3, and you closing out the. So you get what I'm trying to say? Like it better be Act 3 came out, and this is the next chapter because I'm closing out that. I'm not fucking with her doing Act 2 and 1 and 2 again. 3 needs to come out immediately. And then I feel like because we didn't get the visuals, like we just getting real picky and nitpicky about like this whole trilogy experience. And I know that she's somebody who likes to be a perfectionist and hit the nail on the head. So I really need her to do this right. And I need her to do it now. That's my thought process on Beyonce going on tour. Like, why wouldn't we want to see Beyonce on tour? Of course we want to see Beyonce on tour, but babe, you had a whole sector of your fan base that did not like Cowboy Carter. When you gonna give them something else? Like, I just feel like it gets to a point where, I understand she's on this run to achieve all of these accolades, and she truly already is one of the greatest entertainers already at this point. But I think she wants to really truly solidify herself as one of the greatest artists of all time by just breaking these records and getting into these different spaces like the Hall of Fame. And I don't think she's an EGOT, but she was trying to be an EGOT at one point in time, I believe. Like just her working really hard to secure like this legendary status, and I just feel like she's done it to a degree, but she wants to genre hop. She's genre hopping at this point. She did the Afro beats, she did the house music, she did the country music, and now everybody assumes she's gonna do rock. We don't know what she's gonna do, but we think it's rock from the whole Black Betty and other little things that were seen. So we don't know what Beyonce's doing, period. We never really do, but I have my preferences. And I want music. I feel like I'm just the music head, the person that's just like, whatever you do, I could deal with it as long as, a new album drops or a new single, something to listen to. So let me move on because Beyonce ain't been doing nothing. For real. So I couldn't find what I was looking for when I wanted to talk about this next topic, but this topic is about Nicki Minaj, the Barbz getting sued by Desiree Perez at Roc Nation. So pretty much what's going on is Nicki made a tweet. The Barbz jumped in on it, did some investigative work. They started putting in their 2 cents, and I feel like because it's harder to target a Nicki Minaj, they're now targeting her fan base, and they got this long list, this laundry list of people that you know are literally getting sued um, because of what they've posted on the internet. And I can't speak for all of these people. I don't even know majority of these people, but I feel like it was really just because investigative work was being done, tea was being clocked, receipts were being posted, and this type of shit is the type of stuff that is not in their best interest. So what we gonna do? We gonna get rid of all y'all that's running y'all mouth. That's what it gives me. You get what I'm trying to say? It gives seek and kill. That's what it really gives. So if you look at this long list here, I won't read it. You can see it's several people. I'm looking to see if I see anybody who I know. Hold on, wait a minute. I don't know if surprise witness is that BJ. I know BJ. I don't know her, but oh, she on the list twice. BJ investigates at number 6 and surprise witness at number 9. That's crazy. I know her. I watch her channel. Got the scoop. I love Got the Scoop. I always get tea from Got the Millie on the list. Millie on the list, y'all, at number 21. I'm gagging. Throw the whole shit away. Throw it away. Maybe millions. This is crazy. Like, everybody getting sued. Well, not even sued, but getting dragged in. The Maury docket. Like, what in the hell? So basically, you can't even talk about the story about Desiree and her daughter. If you get to talking about it and you get to putting pictures and you get to doing too much, you're getting sued, you're going to court, and some more shit. And to me, it ain't even worth it. But I just found that interesting because I'm just like, damn, is the beef, do it really have anything to do with Nicki Minaj, or is it really more so like they don't want us to really be talking about that? Because I do remember it was another point in time during a certain political campaign when shit was getting deleted off of all type of social media platforms, and it was getting warnings and community notes left and right. So I'm starting to realize that social media is a game, and it's also another realm of politics where you can get some shit took down, you can get some shit, you can get sue somebody for what they post. Like, it's dangerous. And prayers to the people who was trying to spread the truth, if they were, whoever was spreading the truth, prayers to them. Whoever's in the right, may justice be served. Like, I just feel like, the nefarious shit that's going on does actually makes one wonder if there is, a hidden hand and there is a dubious villain at hand. I don't know. But we gonna move on because it ain't my battle to fight at the end of the day. I feel like it's 20 or 30 people on that list. If they couldn't get y'all to the end of it, well, I'm not laying my shit on the line. We're going to talk about the next topic, and we're going to see how it unfolds. I truly don't think it's right, but, we're going to let the court do it. At the end of the day, hands is tied about it. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? I keep saying I'm just a bitch on the internet. I do truly feel like that sometimes, though. Like, I don't know. I speak to y'all, and I'm telling y'all how I feel, but I truly don't feel like just my voice is enough to make that major change. If 30 people is on that list trying to bring attention to one topic and they all going to court, I don't know if my little channel is going to, I don't know if I should put my little life on the line to talk about a topic like that. But another deeper topic is, why is it that serious when you want to talk? Like, I remember when I was growing up, people used to say all kind of crazy stuff, allegations, stories, rituals, Illuminati, all kind of crazy shit about people. Nowadays, you can't even say, what's on a court docket. You can't even say what's on a piece of paperwork, what's actual public information. You can't report it because if it's at the wrong person's deficit or at the wrong person's detriment, that's what I'm gonna say. If it's at the wrong person's detriment, but you're gonna get in trouble. We don't even really have freedom of speech, so you really got to be careful now. And it ain't even about defamation. It's just about, hoes who can control the internet. You make an enemy that can control the internet and you're done. Every little story that come out is gonna be bad about you. Every little, you know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be careful not to make the wrong enemies type of thing. I mean, I can't say I really care because I don't really want to play the celebrity game, but I also don't want no rich, powerful people on my ass because I'm clocking T about them doing shit they ain't got no business. Like what? Let's be fair. So anyway, let's talk about this YG topic. I can't even play the song. I'm so used to just playing songs and talking about stuff, but I can't do that because clearly I'm going to get a copyright. But he said something about, basically humping on somebody or he wanted to be sticky and creamy and just all this, sexually aggressive stuff. And then he went to say, and then she said, I got to tell you something. I'm a trans woman. Why is this in his song? Like, I don't even really feel like it's a bad thing. Talk about it, say it, whatever. Do you. But sometimes I kind of feel like people be clout chasing and they be dog whistling. Like, if the trans people is minding their business and they ain't got no problem with you, you ain't never had a trans scenario. Why do you take this opportunity in your music to go ahead and delve into a transgender topic? Are you clickbaiting? Are you engagement farming? What is this interest, sudden interest in the topic of a trans woman? It just throws me up, and he's not the only one that has had trans women on his tongue. Well, pause. He is not the only one who has been speaking on trans women. I had to reword that. That was crazy. But no, like, YG, there was a time when I feel like he was really popping it. He was flexing, he was doing his thing. Right now, I get a lick of desperation. What is this? What is this? And because I can't play it for you guys, you don't get the true gist of just how awkward it was and just how out of place it was for the song itself. The song led me to believe, everything was good, everything was fine, there was no twist, there was no plot. And then at the end, he so blatantly says it. So I'm just like, head scratching. So this is when people start to, have all of this questioning about his sexuality and, is this a coming out? Is this a, all of this. And I think that was the intent because we haven't been talking about YG and we don't talk about YG. We're not going to talk about him after this, but it was a successful PR stunt if you ask me. Why? And I really want to get into a deeper topic about how I feel like people use the LGBTQ for just attention. Negative, positive, however. Sometimes I feel like it don't be authentic and I just kind of get annoyed with that whole thing. If you don't fuck with us and you not a part of us and this whole thing, it's okay to support from afar. You could not have a problem with us, not hate nobody, not dislike nobody, and just not bring it up. Have them in your video, talk about them, be around them. You don't have to. You're not obligated. So I feel like sometimes people, force themselves on to the gay community, into the gay community, and then also still complain about, the standards and the hierarchies and the way how shit is set up. This is not, you know what I mean? That's just like black people. You don't necessarily have to do everything black people do to be cool. But if you want to get into the most hood, most ghetto, most culture, most rich, all of the different things that come with that stereotype. If you want to be around that, then you're going to have more of the stereotypical traits. That's for any race. So I just feel like the whole gay thing and everybody trying to just use it for a quick little, oh, I like the community, I'm an ally. Well, ally over there for real. Because the real allies, I feel like, is there when the shit really matters. And I'm not talking about coming to protest and doing, I'm talking about helping actual gay people and trans people in your real life. respecting them, respecting their pronouns, looking out for them, whatever it is that you could do for them, treating them like human beings. If you're not going out your way to do all of that, don't go out your way to be bringing up trends in your music. Don't go out your way to be trying to go viral on a stream, on a clip, on a clickbait. This shit just corny to me and it's not authentic. And I feel like, yes, I'm talking about YG right now, but he ain't the only person who have done it. They do it all the time. This shit's old. Get a new gimmick. The other person that came to mind, I'm about to move on to the next topic, but the other person that just came to mind while I was talking about that was NLE Chopper. Like, you ran around here in your underwear with your meat print and doing all this extra stuff with your wet drawers on the cover, and you, if I was a bad bitch, I want to hunt me too. Like, just all this little gay stuff, to be real. Just gay shit. So, you're getting money and people investing in it because they lusting on you and they feeling however they feeling. I really wasn't a part of that group of people that really liked NLE Chopper like that. But there was a group that was, enjoying that provocative, lustful, homoerotic content that he was putting out. All for him to come back and say, oh no, I'm not gay. I don't want y'all to think that. Why can't I love my body? I love gay people, but. Okay, well, but stop doing gay shit. This is what I'm saying. I just think there's a line to be drawn. Everybody should be free to be themselves and do what they want to do, but I feel like people be knowing what they're doing and having like a hidden intention behind it. I don't ever endorse that or support that because I feel like you have to find your own people. You should never be trying to grift or fake to get a community to support you that's not really authentically your people. Find your people, and they gonna rock with you right, wrong, or indifferent. They gonna rock with you when the music is good, the music is bad. You up, you down, you going through trauma, you getting dragged on the internet. Those are your real people. When you trying to be somebody and you're trying to appeal and you're panhandling basically, you get what you get, and those people turn on you at the drop of a dime because they never really banged with you. You get what I'm saying? So that's the lesson that I want people to learn, especially when it comes to the gay stuff, because I think people think just because gay people spend so much money, and it's not even more so about the money, it's about also the internet presence. Gay people on the internet is just powerful as well. So I think because it's very beneficial to have them on your side, people go out of their way to do shit that's not authentic and not genuine. And I think it bite them in the ass in the end. Because if we find out that you lying and playing games, now everybody feel played with. They want to withdraw their support and some more shit. We're not doing that at all. So now we still gonna talk about more trans stuff, but it's gonna be a different person. Ray J is saying that he messed with a trans girl. It's really hard for me to like paraphrase it the way how I want to paraphrase it. So I'm gonna just play the clip because what's really messier is that there's a person who is alleged to be the girl in description. You get what I'm trying to say? And the girl in description is somebody who we know, who is very popular, pretty, known, and on Instagram. So this is all alleged anyway. But I'm gonna play what Ray J said first, and then I'm gonna show y'all who they're saying he's talking about. Interesting, right? Just the whole story.
I'm like, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock this down. We'll go ahead and do the whole thing. So when I snuck in, I'm like, damn, what's going on? Because I wasn't able to like go in, but I went in and I'm like, yo, I know what it is. She got that decatheter on. And I had hit a girl like that. And that shit was like scratching the condom, everything. 5 months later, the homie knock on my door in Miami and he like, yo, I need to talk to you. I'm like, yo, I'm my man with the fat. Like, he like, right now. He like, yo, the girl, nigga, we was fucking with, nigga, at the house. Remember the woo Stylez? Because she was a famous stylist. He said she's a man. I'm like, I'm gonna just go ahead and knock this down. We'll go ahead and do the
So I'm gonna put it on mute. I'm gonna let it play there, but y'all heard what he said basically. He messed with the girl. He was, he was finger popping it. He was doing his thing with her, and he realized that it was different than, what he was used to. But he thought it was a decatheter, which he didn't mean a decatheter. I'm sure he meant a IUD or something like that. I'm sure he meant a birth control device, not an actual catheter, because you probably wouldn't be having sex with a catheter in. But either way, he basically was acknowledging the fact that during the experience, he noticed something was different, but he went with it anyway and went on with whatever he went on with. Just to find out 5 months later that the woman was a trans woman and not a woman, of a natural biological experience. So that went viral. And after it went viral, people said, "We know who it is." They said, "Oh, a famous stylist, huh?" They said, "Oh, yada yada yada, a trans woman." Uh, that's not what I was looking for, and that's not even Tokyo. That's Tokyo Tony. Tokyo Tony, she about to get me in trouble. She is a fool, bro. She irritating. I'm gonna Google the lady instead. So Tokyo Stylez is the woman who is allegedly who Ray J was speaking about. Now, I guess this is a picture of her before her transition. She always, I guess, was handsome, and now she's gorgeous. But if you look at her, honestly, the only thing that really makes her, I guess, noticeably trans is like her height or whatever, like how big she is. She's very tall and stuff like that. But facially wise, I think she's very pretty. I'm not surprised that Ray J was attracted, but I'm more so surprised that she was attracted to Ray J. But mind you, this is all alleged though. You know what I mean? He didn't say a name. We don't know for a fact. But you know how small these circles run, child. But Tokyo is pretty. I just feel like, when it comes to these topics and all of this messy stuff that is going on, is no reason why. I just don't know why people use this stuff for engagement. That wasn't even a story that Ray J should have told. Why would you tell that story? Anyway, let's move on. So, look, we got a lot of tea. Look, I'm moving fast and we still got tea. So Ty Dolla $ign cut his hair off. Baby, I'm trying to keep it classy, but listen. It's something about that motherfucking shit right there, man. That motherfucking shit right there. I said, I like that. No shade. Now, let me tell you why I like it. And this is not even a topic that I'm about to talk about for a long time. But first of all, his hairline was receding. His hair was all the way back to the middle. It was time to let that go anyway. But also, even aside from that, you know how people just look different with different hairstyles. And I think that when he cut it off, he looked so much better, bro. He looked so much cleaner. He looked younger. He looked just like, come on, Ty. What did he say? When it done inside, he said, "Who kitty is this?" I say, Dolla $ign. It's his, no shade. Like, what are we talking about? Give it up. Look at that. Who that? Anyway, I'm having so much fun. This is ghetto. I'm being so ghetto. Let me calm down. All right. Getting back professional. Back into the docket. So, Nicki Minaj is going viral again. And I feel like you could be oh shit, the camera not on. Sorry, y'all. I feel like you could be a hater, like at this point in stage, like with the Nicki stuff, or you could really enjoy this wave. I'm so enjoying this wave of her old music going viral, the trends, like the Beauty and the Beat, the what was it? High School. It was another one. It was High School, but it was another one. The one that was Bees in the Trap. Bees in the Trap, and now You the Boss. Nicki, they might have to change Nicki Minaj's name from the generous queen. I be stuttering so much when I'm doing live, and I don't stutter in real life, so it's so funny. But anyway, let me say what I was saying. They might have to change Nicki's name from the generous queen to the motherfucking viral queen, because she always making a whole trend on the internet, and it's like, it don't even be new music. This music that's going viral is literally old as hell. 10 years, 8 years, 12 years. But it's good music. And when it's good music, it transcends time. Just like other songs that go viral, every song that goes viral is not necessarily new. So it's just what do you call that? A badge on Nicki Minaj's sash to be able to have old music that still impacts people and they want to stream it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to Nicki Minaj earlier today. It's late now. It's late as fuck actually, but I was listening to a lot of Nicki earlier today, and I think it's just a lot of good music. It's a lot of eras, time periods, features, stuff for you to get into with her. So I'm not surprised. I'm fun. Blah. I'm excited for the fun. And I want to participate in the challenge. I don't know if I'll get a chance to because I always psych myself out about the TikTok shit. I don't feel like it's really for me, but I might get into it because you the boss. You the boss, babe. I'm so messy for that. Okay. But no, this is what the challenge look like. I can't play the sound, but I'm gonna show y'all what the challenge looks like. Oh, I would never disappoint you. I could do that. That's why I love Nicki challenges, because the dances don't be too hard. I could. Y'all seen it. Thank you. So, the next topic. Oh, this is messy. This is why I don't like to scroll. It's always all over the place. There's a post that SZA made. Boom, found the post. So we talking about SZA right now, right? She's being messy. Good for good for her. I don't know. I'm not mad at SZA for being messy. I just feel like, when you pop it like that, the music gotta back it up, the charts gotta back it up, everything gotta add on up. So I'm gonna read it. And I'm gonna take my time, yeah. But the thing about it is, she's gonna get dragged anyway because people think it got something to do with Nicki Minaj. So anytime when you go down that road, you know what to expect. So she said, I realized I spent too much time hiding from greatness, cosplaying humble, because I was scared to just be her. Scared to admit I saw and heard my influence on the radio. Fuck all that. This era is about taking up space, acknowledging my influence, and maximizing. This album is a stamp. Want shit a fluke. Yesterday I talked to my therapist about high road and low road. There is no high road, just conscious and unconscious. I'm consciously planting foot on necks because I can and shall. This not the era to fuck with me. I'm telling it and showing ass. Feeling free as fuck. Miley, what's good? Miley, what's good? These people will forever use Nicki. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I hate to sound like that stereotypical, oh, Nicki this, Nicki that, but it truly does give that. Like, it just give, girl, what was the point of quoting her? Knowing damn well that lady don't fuck with, that lady don't even like you like that. Quoting a lady who don't like you to shade, I don't even know if you were shading her, because you can't quote me and shade me. But I was a little lost at the whole Miley was good. Interesting, I say. And I also feel like her saying she in an era where she not gonna be humble and she not gonna do this. Well, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna be humble, so are you saying foot is gonna be on next? So you're gonna diss Nicki Minaj? Or whose neck is you gonna get on? Because I hope you don't think that while you sitting up saying that you on next, that you could be on these necks that we don't care about. Are you talking about neck? Like, I hope you're not talking about Summer Walker. Like, when she said that, that's another thing I want to talk about before I move on. Who was you talking about? Was you talking about Nicki? What you talking about? Because you said, I was scared to be her. Scared to admit I heard my influence. Fuck all that. It's about taking space, acknowledging the influence, and maximizing. What was you scared of? Who was you scared? Who influenced? Who did you influence? SAILORR? Summer? Who was you being humble for? So like when people get on the internet and start throwing shade, it just leads to a valley of questions and it just leads to a sea of uncertainty. You should have never said what you was gonna do. Should have just came out and did it. Cause now it's giving you're being messy, you're being shady, and the only people who I feel like it can apply to is people who you have already worked with and have done stuff with. What you mad at Mariah the Scientist? Who are you talking about? Matter of fact, I like SZA, but how about shut up or put a name on it? Boom. I'm on to the next topic because I just this whole random diss. I'm tired of y'all keep doing that shit. If it's smoke, put it on the floor. Straight up. Stop sneak dissing. The fuck? Nobody has time to play Decipher, a Riddler, all these fucking games. Say what you're gonna say, do what you're gonna do, and then and then we're gonna say, oh, you ate. You get what I'm trying to say? When you're doing all these riddles and you do all these mind games, we liable to say the other bitch ate because she came straight out and gave it to you. You get what I'm trying to say? Don't set yourself up for failure while you trying to sneak this 3 to 6 months ahead of when the album come out or the song. Just drop your shit. Pop it. We like a surprise, babe. Stop letting people know you coming. Don't never let them know which angle you come from. Never let your enemy know your next move. Talking about you not gonna be humble. How about you don't be humble, but be quiet and just pop it? Be quiet and sneak attack a hoe. You don't watch Baddies? Oh my god. SZA irritated me. She did. Cause my whole thing is who you got beef with. Nobody even. The only person who even have dissed you is Nicki Minaj, and you can't. I hope you don't think you could do anything with her. You get what I'm saying? Like nothing's making sense. Well, look at Cardi B with Natalie Nunn. That wasn't even a topic, but I was about to talk about Cardi anyway. So let's move on. Cardi was with Natalie Nunn yesterday. That's cute. I wonder where they was at. It looked like a club booking or something like that. Cardi B got this cute little Y2K little fucking short going on that joint fire. You know, Natalie loves a rainbow wig. The makeup looks great. I just wish she would calm down that hair sometimes. But she has her ups and downs. And she's a baddie. So I guess she feel like she have to be expressive and flamboyant. I get it. Now, I wanted to really talk about Cardi being on Spaces. She talked about Akbar on Spaces. And some other stuff. I don't think I have the Akbar clip, but I'm going to play one of the clips that I have. But I wanted to say that I don't really like the fact that Cardi B is on the internet talking about stuff. I think that she should be responding in music because she's a rapper or claims to be, bro. So it's just like we give her so much space to be an influencer and rapper at the same time. And I think it denigrates the integrity of what people are actually supposed to be doing. Like, you cannot get online and respond to a diss. You have to get in the studio to respond to a diss. So it's just like, as much as I want to be on Cardi's side when she's saying this and saying that, and y'all play with me and it's on my time, and then it could be on your time, but we're gonna consider that a loss because you don't sit there and wait to get your lick back this and long when you was already losing severely. She put out 3 disses, you didn't respond. The 3 disses, that's a whack. Even if all 3 of them was ass, they add up to a good one. Because I kept dissing you multiple times. So I have a different standard of what I expect from Cardi B. I do want for her to be responding. I do want for her to be getting in the studio. I do want it to be, you get a response within a week. You play with me and I play right back. This whole, I get to you next year, I get to you next album, 2-3 years have gone by. I'm not really fucking with that. I'm not going to lie. You need to address it when it's hot, when it's smoking, when it's in the paint. So, that's the problem that Cardi is like. Get it together, like bust back right now. You should have diss tracks coming out before the end of the summer because people think they playing with you, and you just dropped that album, so they think because you just dropped that album that you're not gonna respond. That's not. Let them know that's not how that works. You get what I'm saying? Shock a hoe, rock a hoe, get them. But I don't know if she can. I don't know if she will. We'll see. I'm gonna play this clip of the Spaces. Y'all determine how y'all feel. Basically, I'm only playing it to show y'all she's been pretty hot and irritated on Spaces, and I feel like she's responding to things that she should not be responding to on Spaces. I don't know if this video got taken down. Oh no, it didn't hurt.
Hard about your fave bitch. Go tweet about them. They so fucking great. Go tweet about them. My fans keep up. My fans, literally, my fans keep up with everything I fucking do.
Y'all, the video is not playing. I'm gonna play this other video.
I'm keeping up with every single fucking person that my baby daddy fucked, or anything that got to do anything with my baby dads. Baby daddy A and baby daddy B. Bitch, you always on dick. But you wanna fuck them? Go fuck them. Since you so obsessed with them. Every nigga that put dick in me, bitch, you become so obsessed. Anything, every movement they do, bitch. Why you keeping up with me? Why you keeping up with every single fucking...
Sorry, that's her talking about a blogger. I don't know. I want this other video to play, but I don't think I can get it. The account got deleted. Why did the account get deleted? That's so crazy, right? Ain't that crazy? Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to give it one more shot. We're going to move on. What's that? That's the one we just listened to. Okay. I can't find it. Period.
This fucking stand shit, this body game shit, this fucking barb shit. Stop fucking bringing my child up. I don't give a fuck about none of...
That's old. That's 2 years ago. I don't even know why I just played that. So basically, it got deleted. And the account of the person who posted it got deleted. But she was talking about Akbar V. She was talking about a blogger. Everybody worrying about her relationship, which I'm going to talk about that too, but I really don't care that much. But yeah, she just upset right now, and I just feel like this is the cause of fame, babe. You know, shit. I would prefer you get into the booth and start doing more rapping, and less, responding to the blogs and the internet, because it's not going to stop. They make money off of talking about you, and the deal is sealed at this point. It is what it is. It definitely is what it is. There's no going back. So Clive Davis passed away. Child, rest in peace. I didn't mean for that to come out shady, child. I'm coughing and shit. Anyway, child, rest in peace to Clive Davis. Everybody can listen. As soon as he passed away, the internet, they did their thing. They feel as though he's responsible for a lot of people's death. They feel as though he, never had any talent. His $850, net worth that he passed away with was off of the backs of the artists that signed to him and that he worked with. And people are just making all of these allegations against Clive Davis. So I wanted to show a video of it. Yes, I do feel like rest in peace to Clive Davis, but I also feel like if, other people that passed away were victims of him, then maybe we should have a deeper conversation. And I also feel like the reason why some people are so vigilant about calling it out is because they feel like he passed away without being able to be, held accountable for these alleged crimes. So because people feel like that, they don't have as much respect for him in his death, because they feel like, he harmed people and got away with it. So I, of course, want to play a TikTok clip of a girl breaking it down. She got a few of her facts wrong, but I think she pretty much got the gist right. And you see Jaguar right here has responded. I don't want to play Jaguar because, we pretty much know what she has said and what she feels about it. But I do want to play this other girl here because she kind of just lines everything up perfectly. It makes it make sense for somebody who might not even know who Clive Davis is. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to start it from the top. Hold on.
Verifiable information. A music executive died yesterday with a value of $850 million at the ripe age of 94, cozy and comfy in his bed. And every dollar of that $850 million was made off the backs of artists who did not make it to live past 50. Everything I'm about to say is verifiable information that you can find publicly on the internet. All right, let's jump in. The Aircrafts, 1967. One of the greatest soul singers to ever have lived, signs to a major record label through a subsidiary imprint, and then dies in a plane crash at the age of 26, 3 days after he recorded Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, a record that was not even finished by him because he did not live to finish it. The record company went ahead and filled the song with whistling as a placeholder and then released it anyway. This became the first post-death #1 single in music history. And when his label, after his death, went to claim his catalog, they found that a major record label that shall remain nameless had already claimed it. The plane went down, the catalog went up, and the company kept making money. 2001, a young artist whose uncle owned her masters dies in a plane crash. A witness states that she was allegedly given a sedative before she was loaded onto that plane unconscious. That plane was found to have been over its weight limit and piloted by someone with a fraudulent license. Her music's been locked in a vault for over 20 years, and her estate sees almost none of her revenue. The plane went down, the catalog went up, and the checks kept coming. 2026, an artist publicly announces his leaving his record label, saying on camera that he had made them tens of millions of dollars that the record company owes him. He gets his independent album going, starts off on his first world tour, and dies in a helicopter crash.
Damn.
Age of 32. Aircraft went down, catalog went up. The checks keep coming. Now let's talk about the ones that weren't Aircraft, okay? 1996, an artist who was actively trying to unify the world through rap and who had cut the labels out of the beef between rap artists that they were profiting from, is shot in a major American city in a car that he was not driving. 6 months later, the artist who this artist was beefing with is signed to the label the other artist was beefing with, that is actually co-founded by the same executive that died yesterday, is also shot in a major American city. Almost 30 years later, and both of their catalogs have generated over hundreds of millions of dollars since their deaths. 2019, an artist who owned everything, his store, his block, his label, was days away from meeting with LAPD about community investment, then shot outside his own business. A man was convicted, but the community never accepted the lone gunman story. He was 33. That the executive that died yesterday did not just own one record label. He was part of a an empire, if you will. He co-founded the label that most of these artists who have died in unsolved murders belong to. He co-founded the label that signed a group of 3 women who filed for bankruptcy despite making the record label $23 million. One of those women who died in a car accident in a car that she was not driving at the age of 30. Same man who discovered a young woman at 19 with a voice that could shake a house down, shaped her, molded her career, owned her voice and her body, and owned her entire catalog, decided to continue on with a party after they found her dead in a bathtub the night before. He was quoted saying she would have wanted the music to play on. She was 48. He lived to be 80, and during those years collected off of every single one of her hit songs, including after her death. Now here's what nobody wants you to understand, right? This is not illegal because the major labels have something that's called the Death and Disability Clause, which states that upon the death of the artist, the label retains full ownership of the catalog and can continue to profit from said catalog indefinitely. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is a clause. It's in stone. It's litigated. Look it up. This was designed to ensure that if the artist happens to die in a mysterious plane crash, helicopter crash, drug overdose, whatever the case may be, the machine keeps running. They keep making money after they're gone because the artist is replaceable, but the catalog is forever. Now, there are many other people that I could have brought up, I could have named, but I'm not going to name anybody else. All I simply did was read to you public information that is well documented about that music industry executive who died with a worth of $850 million that the industry wants you to believe was a legend worthy of being honored. And I just want to be sure y'all understand exactly who it is this legend was.
Excuse me, y'all. So, that's what she had to say about Clive, and I think one of the ones that make me the most suspicious is the whole Whitney thing. It's a lot of suspicious stuff that they talk about with him. It was another story I heard where they was trying to allege some stuff about Janis Joplin. Like, just pretty much everybody who he have ran into and crossed paths with, they have this horror story that's like a rumor or a myth about him. So, for him to pass away, I feel like now everything is going to run rampant. Everything is going to run free. And the unfortunate part is that if there are victims, like Whitney, like Aaliyah, like whoever, they're gone, long gone. And so they're not able to now come up and say, oh, now that he's dead, I feel safe, because they're dead. And I just feel like, that just leads us to this whole thing where you have people who feel like when you listen to Hollywood conspiracies or, whatever, you're crazy, you're stupid, you have low IQ. But then there's another sector of people that feel like, well, hey, people are capable of very, very dastardly things. So I wouldn't put it past him to have done things. And I wouldn't put it past anybody to have done things. And I wouldn't put it past a group of people to be a syndicate. So, you know what I mean? I just feel like there's just two different kinds of people. And I'm more of the latter, where it's just like, I can't say he did anything. And I don't want to wish any bad on him or speak ill of him in his death. But I just truly do feel like some of the stuff that's being alleged is true. You don't live 94 years of life and amass $850 million and be a sweetie pie and never step on any toes. That's just not how that works. And I'm very much based in reality, thanks to my mother. So, I don't know. Sounded like he might have been the boogeyman of the music industry. Let's see if anything changes now that he's no longer with us. Or let's see if it's just what do you call that? Switching of the power structure. Passing of the torch. Like, I don't know. Let's see what really happens. I don't know. I didn't see anybody in the industry really care too much that he passed away. So that's a red flag to me. Now, the last topic I want to talk about, I don't want this episode to go, too deep into an hour, too deep past the hour. But I talked about the whole Lemmy and Jocelyn thing. That episode literally got no views. Nobody's seen that episode. But I did do an episode about when Jocelyn exposed Lemmy. And she, made all of these allegations against him. And she talked about her experience with him and how she saw him hitting women and abusing women and all this other stuff. And it was all alleged. But it was a big deal to me. And I felt like, oh my gosh, I need to talk about this because she been, with Zeus almost since the beginning. She did so many seasons of Jocelyn's Cabaret. Like, she's been around Lemmy a lot. So I was interested when I seen that they have sat down and kind of had like a reconciliation conversation on live for us to digest, for us to dissect. And it was 20 minutes and I watched it in its entirety. And a lot of people were saying they think it was fake. I think it was real. I think what was fake about it was that they felt the need to put it on the internet for us to know that it happened, or kind of like a receipt of proof that the conversation was had. But I think the conversation was very authentic. It was genuine. They both felt some type of way. Lemmy was more so in a business mindset, and Jocelyn was more so in a personal mindset. Like, why are you trying to target me? Like, what have I done? What is your problem? You know what I mean? Why are you trying to cut my checks? And why can't I do my show? And like, I think she was just more so feeling targeted personally. And he was letting her know, like, girl, it ain't giving that. It's not that. It's more so how the business was being handled. And I love you. And, she said, I love you too. And they kind of just squashed it. But I also feel like Jocelyn was motivated to squash it so she can continue to get her checks. Simple as that. Nobody wants to keep beefing with the CEO and he holding my checks and he taking me to court and we going through all of this litigation. Like, let's just squash it. Let's do the video. I'll apologize and let me get my money. That's what it feels like to me. You know what I'm trying to say? It just feels like, oh, fuck it, let's squash it. Because I want my money. I don't want to beef with you. I'd rather get paid and say whatever I need to say. So, I'm not mad at Jocelyn. She's pregnant. She's trying to support a family. And she should be getting paid for Jocelyn's Cabaret if y'all still watching it and y'all watching the old episodes and yada yada yada. But I just don't feel like them putting it on live was authentic. I think them putting it on live was for us to say, oh, Lemmy's slate is clean and oh, Lemmy and Jocelyn are cool again. And that may not even be the truth. So believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. And I don't know. Like it's like, this shit is to be untold. The story it progresses and goes on and on more and more as we, you know, I never thought I would see the day when they would be cool after all of the stuff that she said about him. But I guess it's more so just about saving face and making money. So we'll see. For now, keep it juicy. I'll see y'all in the next episode. And I really be wanting to talk about Love Island. Let me know. Do y'all want to talk about it or not? I don't know. Goodbye. Bye. 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 I'm leaving.
I love Juicy Dreams podcast.